Howdy doody gamers! Well, I'm sure you've seen the channel now. Yes, we are currently doing Undertale month to celebrate one of the best games of the 2010s. And what way to celebrate than to talk about its big bad Flowey the Flower? To be honest, Flowey's always been a character on my radar, not only because he interests me, but also because I'd say he, Willaim, Afton, and Monika are the big indie villain three. Okay, I guess technically Slenderman should replace Monika, but I haven't done a video on him yet, so womp womp. Anyway, in my tier list, I put both Springtrap and Monika in B tier, which is okay, but that's just it. So is he the same? Let's find out. Also, I'm not putting yellow in this discussion, by the way. Regardless of your intentions to befriend or kill everyone you meet, your first interactions with Fly will remain mostly unchanged. Being the first monster you meet, Flowey puts the getup of a tutorial character, teaching you the controls of Alola, Navi, Professor Oak Pokemon, and notably the combat. He offers you some friendliness pellets, which the player can dodge or get hit by, revealing rare bullets. Flowey will taunt you as well as some saying words which will haunt you during your playthrough. In this world, it's kill or be killed, before nearly killing you and getting fireballed by Toriel. I love this interaction, especially because it's the first in the game. It tells you to be wary and cautious here, no matter how trusting his words are. Do they ring true? Is it that harsh of a world? Well, we don't see Flowey again until you fight or spare Toriel, where he pretty much taunts you. From here, we don't see Flowey again until the ending, where your interactions with him changes depending on the route you're playing. We'll just go neutral pacifist, no mercy for reasons of his character. In the neutral ending, regardless of if you kill or spare Asgore after his fight, Flowey will still kill Asgore, absorb the 6 fallen human souls, and destroys your save file. When you re-entered the game, Flowey taunts you, saying you had your fun, but now it's his turn. Before we started playing, Flowey had the power to save and reset, but once we entered the underground, we got that power, and now he has that power again, and he's not going to be light. The next fight has Flowey turn into this while barraging you with his attacks. If you haven't noticed, this fight gets really meta. One thing I like is how it feels like Flowey is at his most powerful. The whole game, you've had options. You could spare, kill, access items, so forth. Not here. Here, all you can do is dodge his attacks. You can't even access the menu here. It really does feel like you're helpless against him. I also like how he saves scums during the fight if you dodge his attacks. Like, if you're an emulator on an older game. And during the fight, you can call for help with the 6 fallen human souls helping you to stop Flowey. And hearing the music kick in and seeing his defense come to none, it really hypes you up. After freeing the 6 souls, you can choose to spare or kill Flowey. Kill him, and that's that. But if you spare him, it leads to one of my favorite moments of the game. You don't just defeat Flowey. You shatter his worldview, and instead of accepting it, he's confused as to why you'd show someone like him kindness after everything he put you through. He even points out that he could do it all again, and if you let him live, and that's still not enough for us to kill him. He flees, utterly confused. To most players, that's where Undertale ends. But boot up the game, and Flowey gives advice on how to get a better ending, where Asgore can still live and everyone can be free. So let's discuss that ending. Before we discuss the ending, I need to discuss this bit of dialogue in the True Lab in a voice journal log Alphys tells of the first skull and flower that grew in Asgore's garden, which is conveniently where Asgore's dead kid's Asriel's ashes are, and injecting a determination in that flower. If you're thinking that maybe this is a connection somewhere, you're on the right track, because when Flowey absorbs both the 6 human souls and every monster soul in the underground, he's resurrected again as Asriel. Now, you may be wondering why Asriel's fighting you after potentially learning his lesson earlier, which he explains before and during his fight. That he doesn't want us to stop playing the game. To him, we were the most interesting thing to come in this world. But if we can get our happy ending, we'll put the game down and leave, leaving Asriel alone like he was prior to the game. You may notice I'm calling Flowey and Asriel 2 separate people, which, while they are the same technically, there's one thing that separates the two. Flowey is soulless, he can't feel anything. Asriel, on the other hand, can feel and even hates what he did as Flowey. After we stop fighting, Asriel comes to his senses and apologizes. Knowing how to make it up, he frees every monster and human soul and breaks the barrier. After which, he states he'll revert back to Flowey in a bit, but not before hugging him and telling us to look after his parents for him. And for the most part, that concludes the story. Redeeming villains can be a tricky start, primarily because they're this big evil threat, but because of one talking to from the good guy, all of a sudden they're nice and we forgot who they were before. Which will be things I discuss later down the line. Here, however, it generally feels like you're not forgetting Flowey's actions, you're acknowledging them and forgiving them anyways. And let's talk about his bosses more for a bit, where Flowey is so scared of you never playing again that he'll make you try his bosses again by making you fail if he was to. It really goes to show deep down he just wants to care about something again. The reason I bring all this up is you can become like him. You can become so attached to Undertale you can kill everyone to continue playing. Also, before we transition, I don't want any Matt Pat Dacia fans to go, Flowey is Monika in my comments because of how similar my description was to Flowey to Monika. We don't need another Jeanette is afton in this house. Got it? Okay. The genocide route is what happens when you twist your love of something so much you'll do anything, even killing, to continue after loving it. I don't think my microphone hurt. The genocide route is what happens when you twist your love of something so much that you'll do anything to, even killing, to continue loving it. But before we meeting Sans, after killing every monster, you meet Flowey, who tells you why he became the way he was. See, once he learned he could save and reset, he tried to help everyone the best he can, but over time, he got curious. What would happen if he killed everyone? So he did, which led to him trying all kinds of results, until he saw it as nothing more than a game. And by that proxy of reading this, even if either by watching it or actually playing it, you have become like Flowey, so curious to see all outcomes that you throw all care for it. To reiterate, Flowey's seen it all. He's read and burned every book, ate every food, played every game, appeased it, and killed everyone, all to see what would happen. And with that said, where does this place fly on the tier list, as well as my overall thoughts? Flowey is what every villain should be, a great foil to the hero, intimidating yet enjoyable, and a wonderful backstory. I see no reason not to put him in S tier. Yeah, I realize I've been putting a lot of villains in S, but I bet that will change soon. Probably. In any case, happy 10th anniversary to Undertale, and tune in for the upcoming boss ranking. It'll probably come out at the end of the month, but I hope you enjoy it nonetheless. I did not realize I had so much I had to say on Flowey, but in any case, thank you for watching.